Hello everybody, and I've got Richard Dorr with me, and we're going to be doing a short interview with him. So first of all, welcome. Could you please tell me a little bit about the company that you represent?
No problem. Hi, Richard Dorr. I'm from Chapman Taylor. We are global architects of architects, master planners and interior designers. 15 studios across the world, 3 in the UK, Europe, Southeast Asia, China. So very pleased to be here. Thank you.
And how did your journey with Londonist DMC begin?
We first met the Londonists about 3 years ago at an awards ceremony, which they were attending, hoping to win. On that occasion, they were unsuccessful, but we had such a good time on our table, and I almost became part of their Londonist team and supporting them, and was very pleased to sort of cheer them on at the time, and also very keen to be a part of their journey over the last 3 years or so. Amazed to see where they've come in the last 10 years, and we congratulate them. So we hope to work with them in the future.
And what can we expect in the future? What kind of a work partnership would you like to see?
Well, we're designers of the physical space, but part of our job is to listen to the sector and to listen to what students and operators and agents want. So our relationship with Londonist really is to understand how their business operates and how that informs the design process right from day one. So understanding what students want, how they interact with their digital and online and virtual space. It's very comparable to how they operate and interact with their physical space. There are very many comparables there, really. It's all about health and safety, security, health and well-being. So all, and not just for the student, but their families as well. So we're designing for the community, for the individual, for the operator, and having knowledge across all of those different aspects is key to good design from our point of view.
I'm with Miss Lesinda Leightley here. We've just done a panel and she's absolutely amazing. So I was wondering whether if you can talk a little bit about your career background.
I started in this specific industry 15 years ago almost, and as marketing manager. So I kind of worked my way up in the education industry as a whole through language schools. I then did some consultancy work for a bit, and I am now in the awarding body side, where I'm director of marketing and looking after the business development of the product.
Amazing. I also want to ask you, where did you go for university?
Well, I never went to university. I didn't. My parents couldn't afford. In South Africa, your parents have to pay for your education. I've studied myself part-time through the years while working. I did my degree through the CIM, which is the Chartered Institute of Marketing. It took me about 3 years to study after work and do my assignments. I have studied subsequently any kind of Google AdWords, SEO, social media. I do it on my own and get the qualifications.
You're so inspirational. Talk about being a hustler. Wow. A lot of things to learn from this amazing lady. And I was wondering whether if you have any words of advice or any inspirational quotes for our students that are watching this channel.
I think what I would say is that anything is possible, and once you've decided what it is you want to achieve, make every decision based on getting there in the end. I live my life by that. Thank you so much for the interview.
Thank you. I would love to know how you met the company.
It's a really odd one. I basically met Asimbe and Mayank, and I started talking to them at an awards ceremony where they won an award for the work that they were doing. And we started talking because we all had really good shoes on. And we were all really interested in each other's shoes. So we were asking each other where we got our shoes. And a kind of friendship started there, I guess. And then I've been involved professionally with Londonist in terms of students of mine that are using the facilities and these things. And just sort of seeing them in the industry has been really interesting, and seeing what they've become from literally kind of Asimbe and Uman kind of having people say, I'm coming to London, can I stay on your sofa? To them going, well, that could actually work. We could just do this as a huge, amazing thing. And the way they work, I think, is great, because it is a very joined up thing, and it's always about people, and it's about kind of doing the right thing. And you saw that through the pandemic and how they responded to that and the use they put their facilities to. And I think it's just a really nice organisation to be involved with. So really enjoyable.
I definitely agree to that statement, and I would like to hear from you. Any final words of advice or any inspirational things that you can say to our prospective students that are watching?
I think what's really nice is coming to another country and getting a whole different experience about how you live, how you can live, and seeing other people do that. and deciding how much of that you want to become part of you and how much of you want to become part of them. It's a great thing to live abroad, and it's a wonderful experience, and I've been lucky enough to live in loads of places, and it's made me happy, and I think that's key. Otherwise, why bother? You know?
Mayank, it's lovely meeting you, and thank you so much for accepting this interview. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you so much for having me.
Tell our viewers on YouTube and all of the Londonist online social media platforms what you do and what is your title.
Okay, so I am a co-founder and CEO of University Living. So University Living is an online managed marketplace, a platform for students searching their accommodation for all across the globe. So we're present in UK, US, Canada, Ireland, Australia, and some European countries as well.
Amazing. So how is the partnership with Londonist DMC started and how's it going?
So Londonist is one of our very strategic partner. And we've been working together from almost now 7 years. And it was an interesting story when, one of the business development team member, Burak, we got in touch, and there was a requirement for a student that looking for a short-term accommodation in London. And we all know that PBSA providers, they don't provide short-term accommodation options. We got fortunate, and this is how we got introduced to Londonist. And because we based in India, and we cater to majority of the students who are coming from India and from different part of the world. So there was a big need for having an accommodation for short term, because from India or from different part of the world, many students come for their exchange program or semester stay. In India, there are a lot of students who come in January. For people who were coming in January, there was no place to stay. A very immediate connection that happened with Londonist. And since then, we've been growing together from a normal booking platform. We are now a strategic partner. With our strategic partnership, we have also launched Unionist as a new brand. And that is now solving a problem, just not in London, it's outside London as well. So for Unionist, the vision is that how can we provide the flexibility in the student accommodation outside London market and globally into different countries as well.
It is my understanding that Indian students find London as a hotspot. They love coming to university in England in general. Why is that?
That's a good question. I think by default, it's there. First, London has it's a global educational hub, and it gives a lot of opportunities for students. And as a dream destination, it becomes the first preferred choice to study in London because of good universities, good job opportunities, student gets good global exposure. So these are few main points where students prefer London over any other city if they're coming to UK.
I was also an international student in England once upon a time, and I just want to touch base about the challenges that students from India face. We've talked about the terms, obviously, we've talked about short-term accommodation, but what about other challenges, and how does Londonist DMC help solve those challenges?
Major challenge comes, finding the multiple options as per the requirement. So Londonist is helping giving varieties of options to the student. Every student comes with a different need. They have a different requirement. And good thing with the Londonist launched a lot of new services as well. So, helping the student right from picking up from the airport and helping them with the smooth check-in. I think that's a big problem that, Londonist is solving. Because for a student, majority of them are the first-time traveler. And a student don't realize, there's that hesitance that I'm going to settle down in a new city or a new country. And if somebody is there to handhold and they help the student to check into the property, I think that's a great problem that Londonist is solving.
And where did you attend university?
So I did my MBA in 2010-11 from the University of Northampton.
Very impressive. I was wondering whether if you have any words of advice to all of our viewers who are majority students or prospective students, but also, and very specifically, Indian students who are considering maybe an MBA in England or an undergrad.
So my advice is that these days that there's a lot of information available. Student needs to follow their dreams. They need to take informed decisions. And we all know the UK is a really good place to be in. And if they have decided to go for their master's or undergrad, they need to go for it, because is that hesitant that always comes in the student whether I'm making a right decision or not. There's no right or wrong decision. It just, you need to make it. When you have made the decision, you need to make it right. So for students and for specifically for accommodation bit, they need to start booking early. They should not wait till the last minute, especially Indian students, because it's a late market. Students get visa pretty late, in the home country. So by the time they get their visa, it's very late. Majority of the accommodation gets sold out or the prices increase. So the sooner you're going to start, the better options and the better price point you're going to get.